Done with all of this. Okay. Are we ready? Hi, I'm Mariette, and I am going to be talking today about um, being a gold digger. And I wrote about this on my blog, but it was inspired really from a conversation I had with my son Zachary. And that was just really about what being a successful person is. And then that ended up evolving into the whole concept of being a gold digger. And in my mind, a gold digger is somebody who has goals but actually takes action behind those goals and makes them happen. I spend a lot of time just in my profession and in my mentoring and everything else that I work on, talking to a lot of people who say that they have goals or they have things that they want to do, but then they don't put any action behind them. And then, I come back and talk to them later and they still haven't accomplished them. And that's a little bit of a head scratcher for me because if you're really about achieving your goals, then you're going to put action behind them and you're going to do what you need to do in order to make those things happen. And so, what is that?
I don't know what it is.
What is that?
It's like
somebody.
Like,
Zach shoes or
who is that?
Cody shoes.
I was like, what is that? Is Zach over there stealing your shoes or something? Okay. So this will be a 10-second, like, you'll have to go back and be like, boop. Okay. So, let's see. Okay. So, again, from a goal digging standpoint, it's important to get away from a talking stage about a goal and really get to the accomplishing stage. For me, that's really important. And it's tough because if you're not achieving things and you're not making real progress, then you just see people half stepping all over the place and they're not really accomplishing anything, and that's a really frustrating point. But that really was all prompted by my son Zachary because we were spending some time together and he asked me about being successful, and we really were just kind of dialoguing about it really informally, and I asked him what he thought success was, and he just says, working hard, being a hard worker. And what I told him was that, in order to really be successful, and the reason why I consider myself to be successful is because I don't just work hard, I actually hustle. And what I mean by that is, like, the hard work is one thing, but that's only going to take you half of the way. And that is really just your sheer effort and energy that you put behind something. But your hustle is really about just your sense of urgency and your intellect and the intention that you put behind it. And if you don't have both, then you can't really take yourself to that level of just really, truly successful results. And so he and I talked about that in detail, and I just said, yeah, it's good to be a hard worker, but there's a lot of hard workers out there. And if you're a hard worker, you'll have a level of success and you'll achieve, some marginal level of success. But if you can have hustle behind what you do and a sense of urgency and just really exude that passion for delivering excellence, you're going to thrive. And that's what being a gold digger is all about. And just understanding that is really important. So we then continue to talk a little bit more, and really what we talked about is the process behind it, because it's easy for a successful person to sit there and tell you, be a hard worker, hustle, but how do you do that? What's the process? And the first thing I told him was really you need to understand the what, the when, the why, and just the whole how, like why you even want to do this. You should have a purpose behind what it is you're trying to achieve. And then I told him he needed to not worry about limitations that other people place on you. I can, you can see a video, right? You can tell I'm a minority female, but so I think I can tell anybody a lot about people deciding that there's limitations that I should have or could have or what they would think I would have. But I've never worried about those things. I just know that I could deliver, and I just move forward and don't worry about that, and I don't let that get in my way. And then I tell him the third thing he needs to worry about is really understanding what his limitations are, or what his perceived limitations are. Not ones that other people place on you, but understand what yours are, and then push past them anyway. And that's not always easy to do, because a lot of times you have to take some steps backwards to get momentum to jump forward. But it's okay as long as you just keep getting up and have tenacity and push forward. You will find your way, and you'll create success. And then really just not to just get focused on winning all the time, because I can tell you from experience that your successes and your failures are what builds you up for your future. It gets you ready, and a lot of times it's those failures or the things that didn't go the way you wanted them to go that put you in the exact position you need to be for your next big win. So those are really the things that we talk about, and the time that I spend with him, that's the type of advice that I give him. And so hopefully that's something that means something to you, and if it does, then feel free to connect with me in any of my social media links that are below, or you can subscribe to this channel, and we can continue to connect. Thank you.